Hey everybody, Dr. Kenneth Green, and I am the director of the Brighter Institute, and I wanted to do a video. There's a video that really changed my life about a year, maybe 2 years ago. I forget how long it's been. It's been a long time since I watched it, but it's Anthony Robbins' I Am Not Your Guru. If you got Netflix, if you can sit there and Netflix and chill to a bunch of BS, you can Netflix and chill to something that has the possibility to change your life. Real talk. And it's just seeing how out of his bad stories he created a place of of rebuilding himself because of all the bad things that he's been through in life. And that made me feel inspired to want to talk about my life. I was born 4 years ago. I'm just kidding. Bullshit. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I occasionally cuss. I apologize, but I'm not the only Latter-day Saint. We can't say Mormon anymore. I guess the prophet said not to say Mormon. But I'm not the only Latter-day Saint that will drop a curse word occasionally. Trust me. You just don't know about them. I'm just being real, and so sometimes when I'm most real, sometimes when very not choice language comes out. That's just the way it is. But I was born to two developmentally disabled parents. Back in the day, the word used to be retarded. And they retired that word. It's now developmentally disabled. Bullcrap. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Mentally slow. They had the emotions and mind of a child. And because both of my parents were in that situation, it was believed that I was going to grow up in that situation. And please believe, I've had my own sets of learning disabilities, emotional disabilities, and difficulties. But I wasn't. God blessed me. God blessed me to be born with a very keen intellect. It wasn't picked up on early. As a matter of fact, as a kid, I was told that I would be like my mom. I would never even go to high school. That I would not thrive. I went to high school, and even though I dropped out of Montbello senior year, I did get my GED the same month I dropped out, and then I went to Job Corps the following year and got my high school diploma super quick. And a whole bunch of other skills and trades. But I was always told that I would never amount to anything. I was always told that because of my parents' health situations, I would have health problems, and I have. I've had a host of health problems since I was born. My endocrine system, which is a part, which is connected to like the nervous system, but it's what regulates the hormones and things in your body, did not function. Did not operate at all. And it's because of that I have baby smooth skin. I am a man. I was born with a penis. I'm sorry to get vulgar, but sometimes people want to get it twisted and think that I'm a woman trying to be a man. Not at all. I was born male, born with a penis. Still probably have one. But I was going to make a joke that my wife keeps it in her purse sometimes. But my wife don't even carry a purse. Oh, that joke wouldn't work. But, I gotta add some humor in there somewhere. It might be bad humor, though. I apologize if y'all find it bad form. But, I've had health problems, and they've only gotten worse as an adult. I didn't eat right. I wasn't taught what proper eating was. And so I ate garbage. I ate crap. And because of that, it caused diabetes to come. When I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was at the missionary training center for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I was going on a mission to Macon, Georgia. Shout out to the South. Not really. I love you, South, but I didn't like my mission. Anyways, but it's probably because I went out and found I was diabetic on my mission. My first 2 weeks in MTC, I had to actually stay in the hospital. And the only reason why I went out on time on mission class is because before I went to MTC, I already had the discussions memorized and I was ready to hit the ground running as Elder Green. But so I always had health problems, and they got worse as an adult. My aunt and uncle always, and I got love for them, but they are what I like to call fundamentalist Christians. They always put a healthy fear of God in me, and that's the beginning of wisdom. But I think Joseph Smith Sr. said that I think religion teaches men to fear God too much and trust Him too little. And that's facts. Growing up, and I was a Pentecostal preacher at a very young age. Thought I was Holy Ghost filled, speaking in weird tongues. I shouldn't have done that. You know, running around the church doing all the crazy stuff. Seeking spiritual experiences. Never really having them like I wanted to. But I converted to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints as a young man. This church really revolutionized my life. Shout out to the church. Because my family did not really believe that I could even function on my own. My aunt and uncle, God love them, God bless them. I love them to death. And if they're watching this, I got nothing but love for y'all. I'm not tearing y'all down in the least. Y'all keep soldiering on. Y'all following Christianity to the best of your beliefs. And I salute that. Men have the right to follow God according to the dictates of their conscience. Sorry guys, I do have to check my phone because I am getting a ride from someone, and I want to make sure that I don't miss them or that they're sitting outside waiting a gang for me, and it's not. So but my aunt and uncle, they really thought that I could not even function as an adult. They thought that that I would really have to live with them all my life. And here I am. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they believed in me. And that's rare. To have an organization really believe in me. That was rare in my life. I had uncles that believed in me. Shout out my Uncle James. Shout out to, several of my uncles that had love for me. I didn't always receive love as a kid. I was the oddball because I was seen as the kid of the Riris. I was emotional. I was not what, like my other cousins. They were all masculine. They're men. And I am that now. I mean, I still get emotional. Don't get it twisted. I find that as a asset, not a weakness. But I grew up different than the rest of the males in my family. And I was raised by my great aunt. Shout out to Eva. Love you, auntie. But she didn't really teach me how to be a man. And I didn't really have male role models in my life to teach me how to be a man. I met my father a year before he died, and I was already a grown-ass man when I met him. So he didn't really have a chance to teach me how to be a man. Even though he was a man. He was a man of God that I respect dearly. He was the elder at my uncle's church, and he loved the Lord. My mom and dad, that's the legacy they left me. My mom loves the Lord. She'll be in church every day if you let her. My mom goes to a church that even don't even hardly speak English, but she there. They have revival, 3 and 4 times a year where they're there every night. She's there. Ain't tired, ain't dragging her feet like some of these Christians that don't even want to. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we just changed up to where church is now going to be 2 hours instead of 3. And I heard a lot of people like talk about, oh, thank God it's changing and all this and that. And I'm sitting there laughing because I'm like, I went to the Black Pentecostal church when you didn't know you was going to get out. My aunt and uncle would say like church is like 11 to 1, and the Holy Ghost gets rolling, and church went in till 3-4. And then a lot of times we went to go eat something, and then we had to be back because we had a program or a night service. But yet, Christians want to complain about 3 hours. I know some Christians that go to a church that's just 1 hour that complain. It's just the sad state of where we are. Oh, look at, there go my son. There go my son, the cat. Had to shout out the cuteness for a second. But, so, I just really want to encourage people. I had a hard life. I was never expected to even live on my own. I've been living on my own now for about 15 years. Am I the best at it? There's areas I'm weak at. I'm not the best, but I'm doing it. That's what my life has really been about. It has been about shattering people's expectations. And I like to, say I built this motherfucker. To quote one of my mentors. He doesn't know he's my mentor, but I do rock with Tony Robbins. Anthony Robbins, I rock with you. If you ever get to see this, just know that I'm putting it in the atmosphere. I am going to be at your next state of destiny, come hell to high water. But I didn't just build this person. I didn't have a hand in it by myself. God had a hand in it. Since a young age, I've always only had God. Sometimes I didn't have friends. I just had God. And even through all of those experiences, God never failed me. I could always reach out and call upon Him when I wasn't loved. And, it's hurtful to think about, but sometimes in my family, I didn't get the love that other young men got. I know uncles that, actually came and would pick up my cousins who were the exact same age as me. My cousin Fred, shout out, my favorite cousin in the whole wide world. He's my age, and they'd pick him up and his brothers, and they'd take them to, Elitch's, which is a big amusement park out here, and different places, and I would know that these people are going to these places, and they wouldn't even take me. You don't know how that makes you feel that you're not accepted, and I've always not felt wanted by my family, and that's always made me chase my family, and I love them to death. I still love my family to death. Shout out Green, Scott, Denton's, Pattons. I mean, we out there like, we thick. We thick. Jimenez, my cousin Victoria, who became Jimenez. We out there. We had, tons of family, and we love each other. We have a special bond relationship now. But I didn't have it as a kid. I didn't really feel love from my aunts and uncles as a kid. Ever since I grew into becoming a man and being a man, I felt that. But I was never even thought that I could live on my own. I've lived on my own. I've been married now for 3 lovely years. I'm not trying to flick y'all off. I don't think that the ring finger is the middle finger. It kind of looks bad because of the way when you zoom up on camera, it looks like you're giving a finger, but it's not. It's the wedding finger. But ring finger. But shout out to my wife Rachel, who's amazing, who makes me want to be a better man every day for her. And I'm grateful that I have her in my life because I didn't even think I could be married. And I've been married 3 years. Has it been perfect? No. She'll tell you the same. It ain't been perfect. But we keep it pushing. We're keeping it moving. God has been great to us. God has been really faithful to us. But God is doing amazing things in our lives. And we're excited. We're excited to share with others. I just want to bear that testimony that God is going to make things happen. God is making things happen in our lives. But I leaned on God, and God gets the glory. I don't claim myself, because if it was just up to Kenny Jizzle, boy oh boy, I wouldn't be nothing. That's like real talk. Like if I have to be like 1,000, I'd be nothing. But because of God, I was able to achieve in life. And that's what I want to do for you. I want, when everybody, we had these limiting factors in our lives. I was told I'd never graduate high school. I have a high school diploma. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a master's in divinity. I have a doctorate in divinity that I earned. I didn't go to the diploma mill. I actually have spent years on a doctoral thesis and on emotionalism and Pentecostalism. Emotional being wrapped up in emotions in the Pentecostal movement, and if it's really a move of God or if it's a move of emotion. That's what my doctoral thesis was on. I am a certified life coach. I am a certified NLP practitioner. I I do this. Seriously, I do this. And I need y'all to know that I do this and that I'm very serious about mine. So, but I was told I was limited. I was limited by health. And I'm trying to shatter that. That's why I'm working out. That's why I'm trying to eat right. That's why I'm trying to follow my doctor's, orders to the letter, so that I can live longer and be here longer. I caught on a little bit too late, and that's caused me to have heart failure, kidney failure, diabetes, congestive coronary artery disease. I have hypothyroid, hypopituitary. I mean, it really, the list goes on and on and on. But even with all these things, I'm still making it. I'm still doing things that I was told that I can never do. And you can too. That's the one thing I want to drop and leave with you guys. Never believe what other people say about you. Because there's only two people and you should really care about what they say about you. Listen up, men and women. It's not your spouse. It's not your parents. It's not your friends. It's not your business coaches or mentors. The people that you really should care about what they think and what they say. You yourself. What you say about you is so important. In Proverbs, this is some ancient biblical stuff that Solomon had caught on to way in the past. That, life and death are in the power of the tongue. What we say about ourselves and what we say about others emits life or death, good or bad, righteousness or evil. And when we talk down about ourselves and bad about ourselves, we limit ourselves. And that's sad that we limit ourselves. When if we learn how to shatter through that, and this is something that I'm working on, this is my cross that I bear. Because I like to say a lot of negative and bad things about me because of my life. Oh, because of my health, or I'm not rich, or I'm not this or that. And at the end of the day, that's putting limits on myself. So break that. Stop that habit. That's number one. One more person to care about what they think about you is you. Two, God. You might not be religious. I don't care. I'm religious. And I know what my God says about me in the Bible. I'm an heir with Christ. I am more than a conqueror. Greater is he that is within me than he that is in the world. For God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind. I am not come that you might have life, but that you might have life more abundantly. I am the head and not the tail. And it goes on and on and on. And if you really get into the Bible, or if you're not Christian, I'm not going to sit there and try to convert you this video and try to dunk you as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints next Sunday. But really study, because if it's a healthy religion, and there are religions out there that are not healthy, that I would call cults, and you're like, how could you belong to a cult? Because that's what people say that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is a cult. How can you belong to a cult and say other churches are cult? If the church does not make you better, if the church does not point you to God, if the church points you to a man, or to a codified system that is not outside of human thought and human reality, then it's bad. Religion should always point you heavenward. And that's if you're Muslim, assalamu alaikum, respect to you. If you're Hindu, Buddhist, namaste, respect to you. Whatever you are, it should point you outside of yourself. And I'm not here to judge your religion, but if it's really pointing you outside of yourself, then really dig into your religious text and find what it says about you. Because those religions that point you outside of yourself, they're always going to empower you. Because of who God is. That secret of who God is empowers us. And I hate sounding new agey. I'm a believer in The Secret. I watched that movie here recently, something I hadn't watched for a couple years. But, I know. I hate sounding new agey because I really am a believer of the Bible and of other revealed scripture. But, and I still believe God talks to us today. I don't think that He stopped. But look outside yourself. This is Dr. Green. Thank you so much for being with me. God bless.
We can make a wildfire get away.